Welcome back to another episode of Anime and Beyond. Be sure to subscribe and let us know how you like this video. That said, we're going to talk about One Punch Man of the new season. First thing that I enjoyed in this episode was the Metal Bat versus Garou. He just went off. I mean, that fight was insane. Garou, of course, had the upper hand. I wasn't surprised about that. But I was surprised how Metal Bat stood in there.
Yeah, taking hits.
Yeah, he was taking hits and he was going ham. And then as the fight progressed, you can see that he was getting stronger and
Garou says it. Yeah. Garou says it too. Yeah, he's just getting stronger. He's getting faster. Yeah. You see him swing at Garou, misses, hits the ground, and then the whole building cracks.
Yeah.
That was cool.
And of course, Garou's still missing, dodging, weaving, all that stuff. But then Garou is kind of like, okay, man, this is getting out of control. Like, if I don't stop this soon, I could really get injured. And then all of a sudden, you see him swing the bat, and he's just like, stops because the Metal Bat's sister is in the way.
She yelled his name.
Yeah, she called his name.
Yeah.
And she basically stopped the fight. Mm-hmm. So that was an insane battle. And I love seeing that.
And even when they were fighting, and Garou's like after they fought, Garou's like his hands are kind of like trembling, and it's because he's stopping the bat the whole time. Was there really that much power that it affected him that much to where his body was like shaking? Not out of fear, it might have been excitement, but it seemed more of just like kind of like just fatigue.
Oh, fatigue.
That's what it seemed like to me. It could have been any of them. Yeah. One of the cool parts in the fight scene was when Garou landed on the fence and then he like just dropped down and
cracked the ground.
Completely cracked the ground, and then that like manhole cover comes up and he hits it.
And then he
swings, ding, and then he's right there next to him, hits him again. That fight scene is pretty enjoyable. It's my favorite fight scene of this episode.
It's kind of like what you said. It's kind of shonen like, because the more he got hit, the more stronger and faster he got.
And Garou, I was watching Garou, and he's like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, he's like, this is my fighting spirit. That's how.
He's like, it doesn't need to make sense.
It's like, I'm like sitting there like, I used to question these things in anime, but now I don't. I just like, oh yeah, of course he's getting stronger. that's just what happens. But yeah, and so we see his sister stop the fight. And then Garou's like, why should I listen to you? Why should I obey your family's rules? And then she's just like, it's over. And then,
like I said, it's over. It's over.
Yeah, and then he's like, forget you. I have something else I was gonna get to anyways. Yeah. Like, you wasted my time.
It kind of goes to show that he has some type of like a rule about him, in a sense. Like, if he's around if he's around heroes or other people, he's gonna probably go all out and try to finish him. But if he sees a kid that stands in front of him, he's gonna be like, well, another day. And that was about it.
No, yeah, and so that goes into what we were gonna talk about next. And we see Bang and Bomb. They're looking for Garou, and they end up fighting a villain because they see him attacking another hero, and they Bang completely destroys the guy. You see all this like juice and blood flowing all over the place, and then as they're leaving, he mentions something that's pretty interesting. He says, let's find Garou before he turns into one of these. And he points to the guy that just destroyed that monster, that martial artist who became a monster because he loved martial arts so much and couldn't get enough of fighting people. And so like what Devin says, that goes to show that Garou is not fully a monster yet. He claims to be a monster, but unlike these guys, like none of those little monsters that were fighting throughout this whole episode would have walked up to a kid and then the kid said stop and been like, listen to the kid, or decided there's still human in him. And then we see the other monsters try to recruit him too, and he turns them down.
Yeah, it's weird because he has that influence about him, where he influenced other monsters to want to recruit him. So I feel like almost in a sense they see him as like a leader in a sense, and it's like Garou, who still has that little human type instinct within his head, is one of the strongest and one of like the deadliest monsters to have. But yet he's the only one that seems to have that little human side of him.
And it's funny because I believe that the Heroes Association has kind of classified him as a monster, called him the monster hero hunter or whatever, and the the monsters actually said, wow, that's a pretty impressive human. And so they're both kind of seeing him as the other side. Nobody's claiming him in a way.
Yeah.
And even like you said, that they're influenced by him. Even after he tore up the paper and said he doesn't want to go with them, they're like, oh, I'll pretend that didn't happen. I'll see you soon.
It almost kind of reminds me of like high school, like when you try to fit in, and he's like trying to be a monster, but he's not like. I don't know. He's trying to be popular.
Yeah, but then he doesn't. Then he also doesn't care what the monsters think.
But then yeah. Also, we see how the monsters were flooded the whole city, actually multiple cities, in that episode. We see that lady. The lady with the mask,
the whip and everything.
Yeah, the whip and everything.
Those electrocuting ones.
Yeah, and then of course we see the centipede. And then we see a couple heroes come into play, trying to attack the monster, take him down. But, I mean, they just start randomly showing up everywhere. Then you see the Hero Association see all these caution signs. It's like, this is like unprecedented. Like, this has never happened before. It's like, I don't know what's going on. And so, yeah, you just see all these monsters appearing everywhere. And couple heroes come to play, but
they're putting in work, too.
Yeah.
They're doing damage. That gorilla one, he was sitting on that other hero afterwards, and the guy with those two like taser things, he ends up getting beat up.
Yeah, and they said that the heroes and even the people were weaker than they thought.
Yeah,
something like that, and then they like underestimated themselves, and it was
the monsters underestimated their abilities, and the heroes they overestimated.
Yeah, there you go.
Abilities.
Yeah,
and so it was like. That the gap that they thought was this wide, it didn't seem that wide. Although they were mainly fighting like A and B class heroes, I think, and the only one who really seemed to fight an S class hero was the centipede, and they said that wasn't even the real Meta Knight; it was just one of his robots. And then the Metal Bat, he kind of got knocked out by his own sister after she's like, no.
That's funny. We also see how monsters try to rank their threat level. I remember seeing there's one monster who was bragging about, I wonder what my threat is what my threat level is now, how I compare to this or that, whatever.
Yeah.
And so they're seeing it as some type of a game, like who can have the highest threat level in a sense.
That, and we know they have a monsters association, so maybe the threat level is both a bad thing for the humans and like their ranking system in the monster side. It also reminds me of One Piece and what your like bounty is. That's what it kind of reminded me of too.
Then we see how the people that Metal Bat was supposed to protect, we don't really see him that much through that episode, but it's almost kind of assumed that they kidnapped the kid after they fled the scene. So I'm not sure why they were after him. They left the dad, but they took the kid, it looks like.
That one gel monster, just remember this, that one little like gel monster that came out of the sewer, that Garou hit, he mentioned something about having another hostage or kidnapping another child, something like that. So I don't know, maybe they're just taking kids, but probably not, but you never know.
It seemed like in that episode they had a plan about something.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah, they mentioned that this was not the final fight, and so they left. I don't know what.
Yeah, they left right after they kidnapped the kid, and they just all the ones in the city that the Metal Bat was in, they just all took off. Yeah, and we kept hearing that a lot of the heroes, there wasn't enough heroes to go around, and some of them were busy. Yeah,
this was it was the funny part because the Hero Association started talking about how all these heroes are busy. This hero is doing this hero doing that. And they said, yeah, King's busy fighting another hero. And we know from the previous episode that he was just playing a game.
Yeah.
And he was just playing a game.
Imagine if he told his mom he was busy and playing that video game.
Yeah, exactly.
Some of the heroes that didn't seem to get the update on this whole battle that's going on across all these cities are the ones at the martial arts tournament, right? And so that's what we're going to talk about next, is how Saitama is preparing for this tournament. And dude, it felt like a video game slash there were so many people that they're introducing. I was like reading a name, and before it came up, like another one popped up.
Surprising long. And they were saying like there's all these lightning fists, and there was like all these fast people.
Yeah.
And then it's just all I don't know. It's crazy. I was like, I'm surprised they had the time to just mention all these things. I'm like, what?
And I was a little disappointed that we didn't see a fight.
Yeah.
Like it flashed.
Well, yeah.
That girl when she went up in the air and started spinning, I was like, okay, all right, let's see. And then you see
yeah.
the slashes on a black screen, and then it goes to
another scene
to the villain. And I was like,
yeah.
oh man. But
and then it goes back, and then it shows the girls defeated.
Yeah.
You know, so it doesn't really.
Maybe
show
they didn't want to show a girl get beat. I don't know. It's anime. Who knows?
So Suryu, we see him, the guy with karate, the gi, gi. Anyway, he is in the tournament, and he was talking about how he wanted to fight. Well, he thinks it's Garou, but it's the guy who's in the wolf suit.
Yeah, whoever won last time.
Yeah, whoever won last time. So he looked kind of intimidating in this episode, but you can see that he was like scouting, looking like he was looking at his other competition, not just the wolf guy or the wolf dude.
Yeah, and then he mentioned Saitama. He's like, there's my real challenger.
Yeah.
After he beats that other guy who. Another funny thing is the announcers are like, oh, how embarrassing, after he invited his girlfriend, and they're like, breaking news.
Yeah.
His girlfriend didn't show up,
Yeah,
so he's okay.
And then Saitama was like, oh, I don't feel so bad anymore.
That was funny.
He was like, I did such a bad thing, and then the announcer says that, and he was like, yeah, okay.
And it's funny because he's lost like 7 times before. They said something about him never winning before, and the guy gives it his all, so, you know.
Instead of one punch, one slap, he just. What we're looking forward to in the next episode is Blizzard. We saw them show up at the end of this episode with her crew, stopping that whip lady.
Yeah.
And Whiplash. Yeah.
I don't know if that's her name.
I know. But we're looking forward to see what happens there. Also, the fight continue with the martial arts tournament.
Yeah.
So just looking forward to all these things. Be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Let us know what your thoughts, your theories. With that said, I'm Devin.
I'm Noah.
And we'll see you next time.